here in Ann Arbor, and Chrysler Arena is packed. The Big Ten defending champions welcoming in the #1 team in the nation, Oklahoma, who is a perfect 14-0. And we have a top 10 matchup today in gymnastics. Take a look at our standings. Oklahoma averaging a 197.764. Michigan, though, right behind them, the #7 team in the country. And man, this is a perfect setup as we head our way towards championship season. We are so glad you decided to join us on the Big Ten Network alongside my perfect teammate, Elena Weinstein. I'm Bernie Gunther. This is what you want to be at as gymnastics. You take a look at these teams headed towards championship competition. You have a top 10 matchup here today.
Definitely. We're looking at two elite caliber teams, both ranked within the top 10 nationally. This is their last time in a dual meet situation to be able to put everything together, especially heading into the post-championship season. It's going to be a competitive meet. It's really going to come down to every single 10.
We have so many incredible gymnasts today. The #1 team in the country for Oklahoma. They got a sophomore, and Anastasia Webb, who comes in as a #12 all-arounder in the country.
She's also ranked 11th on balance beam. She joined the 10-0 club her freshman year on beam. Really, really incredible athlete as a sophomore also. Also looking at Brenna Dowell in her senior year, her last season as a Sooner. She holds a 10.0 record on vault and uneven bars. And not only that, elite caliber athlete, she's competed in world championships as well as the 2016 Olympic trials.
Good news for Michigan. They got Olivia Karras back after an injury a year ago, and she is even better here in her senior season.
Definitely happy to have her back this year. She's also a two-time All-American. She was Big Ten Freshman of the Year. Such an important leader with incredible attitude. She was also given the Big Ten Sportsmanship Award last year. This is going to be her best year yet.
And our order of events, as you see, Natalie Wojcik, who is ranked 6th in the country, she could be the Big Ten Freshman of the Year.
Definitely. She's had an incredible freshman year season. Already had a perfect 10 this year. Definitely looking for big things out of her career. She's just such a stud.
At Wojcik and Michigan, they will begin with a home rotation, vault, bars, beam, and floor. Meanwhile, Oklahoma begins on bars, and they will end on beam for their head coach, KJ Kindler, who's won 3 national championships in 2014, 2016, and 2017. And they've had a lot of perfect 10s. Elena, what's your keys to a perfect 10?
Definitely looking for some perfect 10s out of these teams this year. Hitting handstands, polished forms, stuck landings. The thing that I want to stress on the most today is stuck landings. That's the last thing that the judges are going to see as those athletes are going to walk away from the mat. Definitely going to be seeing a lot of that today.
And 3 perfect 10s we have seen so far for Oklahoma this season. Their head coach, KJ Kindler, 3-time National Coach of the Year, going up against Bev Palaki for the Michigan Wolverines. And you take a look at what Bev has done in her time here at Michigan. Another Big Ten regular season champion with a 9-0 record, and she's looking for her 24th Big Ten title in a couple of weeks at the Big Ten Championships. As we begin things for Michigan, they will begin on vault with Maddie Mariani, a freshman from Tucson, Arizona, who has a 9-0, and it's really important for her to get Michigan off with a good start.
Definitely. She's done a fantastic job for the Wolverines this year. She's performing a Yurchenko full, beautiful stuck landing on that. That's exactly how you want to start off this vault rotation, with a lot of energy, and can't stress these stuck landings enough today. Just looking at another look at this Yurchenko entry. She's doing a round up onto the table, huge block, really nice body position in the air. And then, of course, take another look at that stick there. She's not moving her feet. No deductions there on that landing.
Yeah, great start for Michigan. They are 6th in the NCAA on vault and the top team in the Big Ten. Now we move over to Oklahoma and their uneven bars lineup. They start with Anastasia Webb. This is a team that hit 5 of 6 landings a week ago, and they put together their second best score in history on the bars.
Well, Oklahoma is just known for this really polished and clean look. You watch their gymnastics and you can just see that they're in a league of their own. And I really think that it comes down to the training and practice. They're focusing on hitting these handstands, getting them up to 90 degrees, and really polished. Look at her tight feet on that packed salto. Really stressing on those hit handstands there. Beautiful release move there to the high bar. A little short on that handstand. but going in for a double front half. Beautiful stuck landing there. Great routine for Anastasia.
The sticks continue for Webb, who was a All-American on floor as a freshman. That's a good start for Oklahoma.
You'll take another look at that Shaposh half there. And beautiful dismount. We talked to Coach earlier this week. She normally did the blind change directly into the double front. She's adding that half there and having a lot of success with landing those stuck landings. Great job.
Annie Maxim up next. 9.850, the first score for Maddie Mariani. Maxim a year ago competed for Michigan State, then transferred to Ann Arbor to compete for the Wolverines. And Beth Palaki talked about how committed she was to her gymnastics. She turned down a scholarship to become a walk-on for Michigan.
That just speaks volumes about her character and how she wanted to be challenged both academically and gymnastically. Coach says that she's just been such a delightful addition just with her attitude, and that's really been great to see her flourish at this program.
In the Big Ten right now, Michigan about a tenth of a point higher than Minnesota in their RQS on vault, coming in as the top-ranked team in the Big Ten.
She's doing a beautiful Sukahara half there. Really difficult vault. It's not something that we're seeing commonly in the NCAA. Has to require a lot of strength getting off of that table. You'll see that entry right there. Huge block, really nice body position in the air, and of course blind landing, so really difficult to see the ground when you're coming in for it. Really nice job.
Let's go to 9.8 or better on every vault she's competed so far this season. We go back to the bars and Alex Marks. Her first 3 years at Oklahoma, she mainly competed on vault. Now here as a senior, she's become a bar specialist. How hard is that transition-wise?
Well, it's definitely difficult to add another event, but if you're practicing in the gym, it's really nice to feel like the fruits of your labor are paying off on the competition floor, because this is really what the athletes are training for. This is the fun part of their season. She's starting off really strong here with beautiful hip handstand there. Really nice Shaposh there. Directly into a bail handstand. And notice how she's keeping her feet together. Really nice, beautiful pointed toes. Really long lines here. Focusing on hitting that handstand. And just going into the dismount here. Full twisting double tuck. A little step there on that landing. Wasn't quite sure about where the ground was. But overall, a really great routine. And here we go. Another look at that release move. Beautiful pointed toes here throughout the entire routine. And just another look at that full twisting double back. Really difficult dismount. Just the tiniest little balance check there.
Webb began with a 9.875 for Oklahoma. First two scores are in for Michigan. 9.850 for Mariani. Maxim with a 9.825. And here's Abby Brenner, freshman from Maple Grove, Minnesota, named as one of the Big Ten gymnasts to watch.
She's doing the Yurchenko 1.5. That's the first 1.5 that we've seen today. Really beautiful vault. Just the tiniest hop there at the end. But this vault is fantastic. It's valued out of a 10.0, which is where you want to be to make sure that you're minimizing the deductions here. But really beautiful block off the air. Just the tiniest hop. Really great vault.
Three good vaults, and we're going to see a lot of Yurchenko 1.5s for Oklahoma. That's big because it is a 10.0 start value potential on that vault.
That's huge, and this is the time in the season when you want to be practicing that, making sure that you have 6 10.0 vaults. That's really where you're going to gain a lot of momentum against some of these other teams that might be starting out of a 9.95 start value. But those half tenths are going to really start to accumulate.
Here's Carrie Thomas, sophomore from Coral Springs, career high 9.925 a week ago on bars.
Doing a really nice job there with that straddle Jaeger, hitting that handstand, bail handstand to the low bar, and just finishing up this routine. She's going to want to hit that handstand there, lining into the dismount, just wrapping up this routine. Huge double A, stuck landing. That was beautiful.
Beautiful performance for Thomas, who competed in the Big Ten a year ago for Maryland.
here's another look at this dismount. Huge, beautiful double A. Focused on hitting that landing, lasting impression. This is the last thing the judges see right before you walk off that mat. And that was an incredible, incredible routine.
Good start for both these teams. This is kind of what you expect when you have the Big 12 champion, the Big 10 champion getting together.
It's a battle for every 10th. And that is what makes gymnastics exciting when you're working with two top 10 ranked teams in the country. And Emma is just so beautiful and floaty in the air. You notice that she focused on really high dynamic vaults. She's doing that Yurchenko full, so it's not out of that 10.0, it's going to be out of that 995 start value. But notice the distance and the height that she gets. She's flaring it out. It's really floaty and really beautiful. Normally she sticks that cold every time, but still a great, great routine.
Emma McLean, Big Ten champion on vault back in 2017. Senior day for her, all those memories coming in. And on the flip side, we see Brenna Dow here. She was an individual national champion on vault. She's going here on bars, where she was the Big 12 co-bars champion 2 years ago as a sophomore. Just really a great, well-rounded gymnast.
Brenna has national team experience. She was on the world team, Olympic trials, and then she came to college and she picked up so much hardware in the NCAA. She really is an incredible athlete. And you notice when she does these routines, she has so much difficulty, but she's executing it so perfectly. She's just so beautiful to watch. Beautiful stuck layout there. Really, really nice routine.
Oklahoma hoping to grow the scores. Thomas with a 9.9. That's their first 9.9 of the day on bars, and I would assume that Dell is going to be that or better.
Definitely. Here's another look at that double layout. Stuck that cold. And I just love watching these athletes because they expect to see these types of routines because that's what they're doing in practice.
Up next, Olivia Karras, a senior from Chicago, Illinois. She's 13th in the all-around in the country, coming off a career-high 39.650 a week ago. Went down to a season-ending injury a season ago, and man, has she been spectacular coming back from that injury.
What an incredible comeback story. I'm just so impressed with how she's performed this season, especially with such a serious injury last year. To have her be performing Yurchenko 1.5 is incredible. It's a 10.0 vault. She's just such an incredible competitor to watch.
Olivia Karras, two-time All-American, came in to Ann Arbor, Big Ten Freshman of the Year, now trying to win another championship.
Here's another look at that Yurchenko 1.5. Beautiful in the air, had so much power. She took that hop, but next meet in practice, I think she's going to start looking at sticking those vaults.
Well, she scored 9.9 or better 51 times in her career, including 16 times on vault. Michigan would love to see a 9.9, as Wojcik, their freshman, will be the last to go. See, Dow scored 9.9252 remaining, including Nicole Lehrman, the senior from Austin, Texas, a national champion on bars back in 2017.
She has a perfect 10. She got that really early in her career. So this is going to be a really fun routine to watch. Starting off really strong with a beautiful handstand. She's holding that for at least a second there. Really nice straddle Jaeger. Beautiful handstand here. Bail handstand. Directly going into the high bar. Just finishing up this routine. Beautiful hip handstand there. Really nice full twisting double back to a stuck landing. Just no doubt in the judge's eye that it was just a great routine, both with handstands, both with difficulty, and that stuck dismount at the end.
Well, she scored a 9.9 or better in 14 straight meets. That's pretty unbelievable.
And consistency is key here. It just builds so much confidence as you're going up against the top ranked teams in the country. Beautiful form on this dismount. Just knew exactly where she was in the air.
Well, Bev Palaki, she's had 12 Big Ten Freshman of the Year, and should we say that here is the 13th? Natalie Wojcik, freshman from Douglasville, Pennsylvania, already perfect on the vault.
That was beautiful. She has done so many of those vaults this year, and as a freshman, I think we're just excited to see what incredible things we're going to see out of her during the rest of her career here at Michigan.
Now, perfect score in the all-around will be a 40. She had a 39.750 in the all-around in that meet at the Elevate the Stage.
Here she goes. Let's see if she can do this again. Not quite a 10 today, but still a pretty great vault.
Michigan already at a 49.2 on vault, and we'll see what they'll add to it here.
Here's another look. Notice the distance and the amplitude that she's getting off of the table. Just couldn't quite see the landing like she did a couple weeks ago, but definitely going to see some more sticks out of her in the end of this season.
And last to go for Oklahoma, Maggie Nichols, junior from Little Canada, Minnesota. She is number 2 in the nation on bars.
Well, and we could talk for days about Maggie Nichols, but it only took her half of a meet this season for her to score a 10-0. So you see her up on all of these apparatus, and you know that you're going to see really difficult and clean elite gymnastics out of her.
Yeah, every time Maggie Nichols goes, you have a chance to see perfection.
Definitely. Huge release move there, directly into a pack salto. Beautiful hit handstands here. She has one of the hardest routines in the country. She's doing that Maloney half there, hitting the handstands, and just finishing up with the dismount here. Huge double A. Oh, couldn't quite get the landing there. Was trying so hard to be perfect, but as a result, dropped her chest just a little bit, so the judges are definitely going to take a deduction for that landing there, even though she sucked the dismount.
And Oklahoma already with a big score, 49.5 on bars before they add this to the total.
Here's another look at that. She just didn't quite get the height that she was looking for here, and kind of impacted her landing there.
And both these teams off to a great start. Top 10 matchup today in Ann Arbor between Oklahoma and Michigan, and already we are seeing some spectacular gymnastics. Take a look at our results after the first rotation. 49.55. Oklahoma, that's right on their mark. They are 49.5 or better, it seems, every time on the bars. It's really spectacular, and even a good result there for Michigan, getting up 49.225.
Michigan is not too far behind here, so I definitely think that this is going to be a close meet. They're going to be able to make up some room here on the rest of these events.
So they dropped Marks' 9.850. It's pretty good when that's what you're going to drop. And you see they finished with 4 straight 9.9s or better.
You can see at the end of the lineup there, we're hoping that Maggie Nichols could top that score at the end there, but definitely a really great performance from that lineup.
And for Michigan, it was good, it was solid, but they didn't get the 9.9s that they wanted on vault.
A little off on some of these landings today, but that's all right. This meet today is practice for sure for the championship season. So I do believe that when they come back strong next meet and the rest of the season, they focus on those landings, they're going to be in a really good spot.
As you see Oklahoma get set on vault, is typically you see all 6 gymnasts for Oklahoma have a 10.0 start value on vault, which is something today that will not be the case because Evie Schofer is just going to do a Utinko full to finish off. But the first 5 are going to go 1.5.
Well, they had a few shifts in the lineup here, and that's fine. They definitely have to be experienced with what can happen if somebody goes down for injury, and they have to be flexible with these lineups here. So this is definitely good practice for them today, but still, to go 5 out of 6, 1.5s is a really great spot to be in.
Here's a look at the lineup as they begin with a senior, Nicole Learman. Not every day that you have a great vaulter lead off your rotation in the apparatus.
Definitely, and she's starting off here with a 1.5, stuck that cold.
Wow.
That is going to be a huge score, and definitely giving us a preview of what we can expect to see from the rest of this lineup here as we continue to see some 1.5s here. We'll just take another look at this. Round off entry, huge block, beautiful body position off of the table, just nailed it. No movement here. Her feet together in the air, no movement at all. And look at KJ, she is freaking out. That was a way to start this vault lineup.
First up on bars for Michigan, Maddie Mariani.
All right, Maddie Mariani, the freshman, is going to begin things for Michigan on the uneven bars. Just a freshman. Talked about the highs and lows for Michigan this year. A lot of highs with that 49.625, but their average score 49.290.
When we talked to Coach before the meet, she couldn't say enough about how consistent and even-keeled she was. You want to be able to trust your athletes, especially if they're going up in the first spot. It's really going to set the tone for the rest of this lineup here.
She's had a hit routine in all 6 appearances that we have seen. She's one of the 3 athletes that was recovering from the Achilles rupture. She just did so before she competed for Michigan a year ago, and so this is, of course, a redshirt freshman year for her. Probably did help that she had a whole year to experience being in collegiate gymnastics, get into class, all the things that go along with it.
Well, and definitely such an adjustment coming from club gymnastics where the focus is really individual performance, and then you talk about the pressure of going to such an elite school like Michigan where they're focusing now on academics, and to have that time to be able to settle in a little bit is great. So she's definitely in a good position here to help this Michigan team out with her consistent performances.
A 10-time state champion back in high school.
Starting off strong with a nice handstand here to free up to a handstand. Beautiful to Katja. Huge height on that. A little body position here on the bail handstand. See her getting a little bit loose here, but finishing up really strong with a nice hit handstand going into this dismount. Really nice full twisting double back. Just a small hop there on the landing, but really solid start. This is a very difficult routine to perform. She did a nice job. Take another look at this dismount. Valued as an E in the code of points. Just the smallest hop there with her chest down. Overall, really great start.
Oklahoma 9850, the first score totaled by Nicole Learman. This is sophomore Anastasia Webb that we talked about at the onset. How do you have success week in and week out on the all-around? You're very consistent, and you see her rankings. She's in the top 20 in every event in the country, including 21st in the country on beam.
Here she goes. Yurchenko 1.5. Beautiful stuck landing. Wow, to be able to repeat that routine after routine is incredible. This is what a championship team is made from, and definitely we can see why they're ranked #1 in the country. See this again, beautiful body position in the air, just no movement here. Really well done.
How does it help you to have basically your entire team doing that 1.5?
Well, when you're starting out of a 10.0, you're automatically going to be regarded as a top team because you can perform these difficult vaults, and you're not at a disadvantage by having that half-temp deduction right from the start. So already it's elevating your confidence, and to be able to land all of these vaults back-to-back and be able to focus on just making really small improvements week in and week out speaks volumes about the caliber of this team.
Lehrman got him off to a good start. 2 solid vaults for Oklahoma. They made a change in years. Abbey High School, who is second up for Michigan on bars. Maddie Mariani, 98.50, the first score for the Wolverines.
Really nice job there, hitting that handstand in 90 degrees, directly into that Tkachev. She's really working hard here on those handstands. Beautiful pack salto into that switch kick. And just finishing up this routine. Nice job, again hitting that handstand. Going into the dismount here. Just going to do a blind change. Right into a double back.
Beautiful.
Couldn't quite hang on to that landing there. This is definitely where they're going to be able to make up some room here by focusing on nailing those dismounts, not taking any deductions here. Another look there. Just had to take that hop a little close to that bar. But nice job.
What a start for Oklahoma on vault. Talked about with that 10-0 start value. 995, 995, the first two gymnasts. And this is Jade Degovia, who is 6th in the country on vault. Mostly competes on vault and floor, and is a second-team All-American.
Beautiful Yurchenko, 1.5. Had to take that hop there, so definitely not going to be a 10.0 here. But really beautiful vault. Here she goes, round off entry here. Nice distance off of the table. Great job. And coach is happy.
Well, Coach KJ talked about that not every vault, when you're doing a 1.5, you're not going to get a stuck landing every time, so they're really focused on the details leading into it.
Definitely. Their approach is more so on high dynamic vaults rather than sticking them every time. That's where they're going to see those scores.
Lauren Farley now for Michigan at a 9.925 at the Elevate the Stage, but not going to happen here.
Just missed her hands on that piked Jaeger there. Couldn't quite get her hands around the bar. Was just a little far out there on that shoulder angle. She's got 30 seconds here to chalk up, regrip, refocus. Coach is telling her some final words here to reconstruct this routine, make sure that she's getting in front of those requirements. She's going to do a bail handstand here and just finish up this routine as clean as she can. Nice handstand there. Beautiful blind change, front, double front dismount to a stuck landing. Definitely disappointed about that fall in the middle of the routine. It would have been such a nice score.
But the good news in collegiate gymnastics is Michigan has a chance to drop that score.
Definitely. So it's going to put a little bit of pressure on the rest of this lineup here because now they know their scores have to count. Otherwise, they're going to count this 5/10 off of the top of their overall bar score here.
Allie Stern, freshman from Charlotte, North Carolina. This is just her 6th vault of the season, but a great start for Oklahoma on vault.
Here she goes, Yurchenko, 1.5. Really nice job. I thought she was going to get that stick there, but just a little bit bouncy. Really beautiful execution here. Here's another look. Huge distance, really beautiful body position off of the air. Just a little bit bouncy. Couldn't quite get her knees bent all the way there to absorb that landing, but really beautiful performance. And of course, KJ is really happy with that vault.
Yeah, what a start for Oklahoma on vault. And now some pressure for Michigan the rest of the way after Lauren Farley, the hope to drop her score. This is Olivia Karras. She's scored a 9.9 or higher in 3 of her last 4 meets on bars.
And if there's anybody that can refocus and bring this team back, it's Olivia. She is such a veteran competitor, is calm and cool and collected, can definitely get this team back on track here.
She won the bars in the beam a week ago against number 5 Utah.
Starting off strong, making sure she's nailing that handstand there. Beautiful release move here, directly into that bail handstand. A little loose here on those body positions. Just try and get that handstand. Nice job. And going into just the dismount here. Huge double A, beautiful stick. Really well done.
That is why she's the senior leader for Michigan.
She's had a lot of practice. She's seen a lot of mistakes in her days, and she's the type of competitor that can get back on the apparatus and bring this team back. Beautiful double layout. Really nice stuck landing. Without a doubt, no deduction on that.
Great response by the senior. This is Brenna Dowell, who is a national champion on vault.
And we can see why. That was incredible. From the block off of the table, she had amazing distance and height and just stuck that cold. I don't know what the judges are going to take off on that routine at all, but it was incredible. And here's another look here. Beautiful body position. Just, that's exactly how you want to compete that vault. Textbook. Really nice body position in the air. Just opening up at the exact perfect time to nail that vault.
We have seen nothing but big scores so far for the Sooners. But we see perfection. This is Abby Brenner, who's won one event title this year on bars. She was 9.95 at Elevate the Stage.
Starting off strong here with that straddle Jaeger. Beautiful bail handstand. Just looking to finish up this routine. Nice job with that handstand in 90 degrees. A little low on that double layout. Couldn't quite get her chest all the way up on the landing and had to take that step forward. Here's another look here. She just let go of the bar just ever so slightly, a little bit early there. Couldn't quite get that chest up and had to take that step.
Sophomore Evie Schofer has made 3 appearances on beam this season with 2-hit routines, but making an appearance here in vault, but already her team with a 49.55 before this vault.
And she's going to be performing a Yurchenko full. A nice job there, just a little bit bouncy on that landing. Couldn't quite absorb the landing with her knees. She's landing a little bit straight-legged. You can see that here. That round off entry, really nice block off the table. Just couldn't quite absorb the landing.
What a big performance for Oklahoma on vault. Meanwhile, get a chance to take a look at Natalie Wojcik. Comes in. Why is she so good? Her coach talks about what a perfectionist she is.
She is just such a serious competitor and serious athlete. She really hangs on to every word. Coach was telling us she was doing beam routines in practice, and every routine that she does is above a 9.9, and when she doesn't get that score, she's seriously concerned. And we're seeing her on bars right now. It's just modeling perfection. She's hitting every handstand, has really beautiful toe extension and clean lines here. Just finishing up this dismount here. Beautiful double A, stuck the landing.
The incredible thing about Wojcik is you take a look at her resume already, it looks like she's a senior. She's already won 27 event titles as a freshman.
Well, and I look at her composure and I feel like she just has the focus of a senior. And to have that kind of mature perspective on competition is really difficult to teach. So she really is such a gem, and what exciting things to come from her.
And it's big because it allows Michigan to drop Lauren Farley's score. 2 rotations in the books. We'll rotate to beam and floor when we come back to Ann Arbor for this top 10 matchup in gymnastics.
We have a philosophy, we stick to it. One of our philosophies is that we start out pretty hot. So at the beginning of the year, we want to be as ready and prepared as possible. And that gives us a little cushion at this time of the year to perhaps rest some people. We are resting people today. We just have to leading up to the postseason. And so this gives a chance for our younger athletes also to get out on the floor and get more experience so that they're more prepared at the end of the year. But peaking is definitely a science, and we work hard at trying to get there at the right time.
Coach, 8th straight year that you are challenging yourselves against Michigan. What does it mean to have this rivalry between the Wolverines and the Sooners?
I love it. You know, it's always difficult to compete in Michigan. They always bring a great crowd. These meets have always been within a half a tenth or a tenth, and we always go back and forth. It's you get pushed when you come here, and so I love that. We want our team to be pushed. That's the only way we can prepare for what's to come.
Thanks so much, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
And after 2 rotations, things looking pretty good for Oklahoma. 99.1. They go 49.55 on vault and followed up with a 49.55 on the uneven bars. But 2 solid scores as well for Michigan.
Definitely very solid competition at the halfway point here. And only a little bit less than 5/10 behind here. Definitely Michigan can make up some ground here on beam and on floor. And if you take a look at Oklahoma on these scores, 49.55, that's an incredible score to follow up on 2 events here. And just looking through this lineup, starting off with a 9.95 is amazing.
And for Michigan, Natalie Wojcik finishes with a 9.9, and the good news is they can drop Lauren Farley's 9.250, and they finish with a 49.325.
Well done. Definitely a team that has each other's backs. They can definitely drop a score if they need to in the lineup. So very incredible performance from them today.
Yeah, that 49.325, that's the second highest score that we have seen from the Wolverines this season, as Lauren Farley will begin Michigan on balance beam. They are the top-ranked beam team in the Big Ten.
We're going to see some redemption here from Lauren. She's a really consistent balance beam worker. Only athlete on this team doing a 3 series and nailing it. Really nice job here. Beautiful leap series connection here. Notice that her leaps and jumps are in that 180-degree position, hitting that requirement on balance beam. Beautiful 1.5 turn. A lot of these athletes are going to be doing a full turn, hitting that requirement. This is just a little bit more difficult than that with that extra half. Really nice. Side aerial directly connected into that split jump. This is a really wonderful beam routine. We're not seeing any kind of movement from her, any deductions. Really nice job sticking that gainer dismount. Really incredible way to start off this lineup here. And what redemption for her, coming off of bars with that fall, coming to balance beam and just refocusing on getting the job done. Here's another look at that dismount. Really nice gainer off of the end of the beam. And Bev is super excited about that beam routine. What a way to start off this Michigan Wolverine team.
Yeah, huge smiles for Lauren Farley as Webb will begin things for Oklahoma on the floor. She was an All-American last year on floor and finished tied for 5th in the nation. She became just the 3rd freshman in program history to record a perfect 10. The Big 12 co-floor champion a year ago.
And what I love about Oklahoma and all of these floor routines, KJ actually does all of the choreography with the athletes. They have a lot of fun, making sure that they're showing off their personalities and coordinating it with all of the music that they're cutting for these routines. Starting off strong with a front handspring double full. It's valued as an E, which is going to be one of the more difficult skills that we're going to see. Really nice connection here.
we're going to see a lot of E-skills today between Oklahoma and Michigan.
Definitely two teams that are performing more difficult gymnastics. Just finishing up this routine, taking a few breaths here before she goes into this last pass. Front handspring, 1.5. Couldn't quite get her chest up on that landing. Had to take a little bit of a hop to the side there. That will be a deduction. Beautiful finish.
This is just a day, though, that you love to compete. A huge crowd here in Ann Arbor. And it's got to be so much fun for these competitors to get out on the floor with a big crowd and all this energy.
Definitely, it really gets your energy up when you see that you're performing for a large crowd here. It's definitely exciting. I mean, these are athletes. They like to perform, and this is what really gets them going.
Next up on beam for Michigan.
Lauren Farley started off with a 9.9. And now here's Maddie Osmond. Second up for Michigan here on the balance beam in rotation 3.
Well, and this is an athlete who has battled a lot of injury and has overcome an ACL and LCL tear, and just to come back here and be in this lineup and be such a consistent performer for the Wolverines is huge and speaks volumes about her determination. And to perform a back handspring layout series like that with no movement right out of the gates is very well done. Nice job there with that front tack.
You think about Osmond as a freshman and a sophomore, season ending early because of injury, and then just to have the tenacity to stay with the sport and still try to make sure that you are a big competitor for the Wolverines now, finally making it as a junior. It's got to be such a big relief.
Definitely, but the thing that teaches you about injuries and having that kind of experience is that you have to be patient with yourself, and you really work on mental toughness when you're in that kind of situation. So to come back and do a routine like this and nail all of her landings is incredible, and I'm sure feels really amazing for her. She's been training that.
What a great start for Michigan.
Here she goes, back handspring layout, step out, beautiful form in the air, no movement, just really, really beautiful. And here's a look at that gainer full, stuck the landing, crowd loved it, really well done.
Next up on floor for Oklahoma, Jordan Draper.
We are seeing some brilliant gymnastics today here at the Chrysler Center. And we go back to Oklahoma on floor. Emma Pinta, just a freshman, coming off a career best on the floor exercise, 9.875 a week ago. It was a big meet for Oklahoma as they had a 1 versus 2 battle versus UCLA. And that's why they enter this week as the #1 team.
Beautiful start with that acro series. A lot of energy here in this floor routine. You can see the differences between the first 2 competitors here and just the style and showing off their personalities. I love seeing that kind of variation here. Really nice execution here on that second pass.
And this for Jordan Draper really taking in this moment here. 9.9 a week ago against UCLA. She's hit 5 of 7 routines on floor. And a great performance there.
Beautiful performance here. When we're taking a look at this first pass here, you'll notice she just has really beautiful control here on those landings, knows exactly where she is in the air. She's landing that with a really beautiful lunge, not taking any deductions on any of those moves.
Great start for both these teams. And right now in the all-around, Olivia Kieras, 19.75. Wojcik, 19.75. Good scores already. Olivia Kieras has 8 straight hit routines, and 2 weeks ago a career best 9.925 on the beam.
She's a really beautiful gymnast to watch. She comes from a family of actors, and so you can see it in her attitude and just the way that she carries herself. She knows how to work the crowd. She knows how to work the judges.
It's in the genes, isn't it?
Definitely. She's just so much fun to watch, not only because she has really nice execution with all of these skills, but she always has a huge smile on her face.
That and the personality can really mean a lot, helping elevate your scores, particularly if your execution could be solid.
Well, the judges are definitely looking at execution with all of these difficult skills, but they're also looking at the total package, the artistry, the way that you carry yourself, and that's definitely going to pay off in dividends at the end.
9.9 for Farley, 9.850 for Maddie Osmond, and I think Olivia Kieras is going to get another solid score for the Michigan Wolverines.
Here's another look at that handspring layout series. Really well done. Directly connected into that flutter jump. Here's a look at that dismount. Beautiful there. Just the smallest hop on the landing. Just doing that layout 1.5 twist. Big hugs.
Now here's Emma LaPinta, good start for Oklahoma, 9.875. The scores for the first 2 gymnasts for the Sooners on the floor. Whether you're Michigan, whether you're Oklahoma, these are teams that have so much talent. Take a look at a gymnast like LaPinta that's just a freshman. It's big for her to get an opportunity to get herself into the rotation on a weekly basis to show that she should be a part of this apparatus all the time.
Definitely. And we talked to Coach KJ before, and she said it best herself. This is an opportunity for these athletes to compete with the best in the NCAA. And to be able to go up and have this opportunity to compete is great for the depth of this program. If they're ever in a case where they need injury, or they just need to put somebody else in, it's going to make their team deeper and stronger at the end. She's doing a great job here. She started off this routine with a round-off back handspring triple twist, which is a very difficult skill. We're not seeing a ton of athletes do that. And not only that, but she can also flip, which is really uncommon to see. Really well-rounded gymnast. Beautiful routine here.
3 great routines for Oklahoma on the floor.
Nice job on that triple twist there. That's valued as an E in the code of points. And finishing off here with that round-off back handspring double back. Really well done. Big hugs from Coach KJ.
Take a look at the scores for Michigan on beam. 9.9, 9.85, 9.850. Mariani so far, she's been very solid. 9.85, 9.85 on the vault and the bars.
Starting off strong with that full turn, just dropping her shoulder ever so slightly there. Always the easiest skills that trip you up in the routine. Really nice side aerial connection directly into that split jump. Looks like she was trying to connect all of that together, but quick thinker and improvising.
Beam has been an apparatus that Michigan has been so good on for so long. With Bev Palaki, their head coach, coaching the beam personally.
She has a lot of experience coaching really talented athletes, can really pull the best performances out of them. Really nice back handspring layout series. Checking off the box for that requirement. Just finishing up the dismount here, round off 1.5 and nails the dismount. What an awesome routine.
4 hit routines for Michigan on beam.
We'll take another look at this side aerial here. Directly into that split jump. It looks like she was trying to do that straddle quarter, but she improvised, did it again. Another look at that dismount, round off 1.5. Beautiful landing there. Great routine. The crowd's excited.
Yeah, this is a day that's just so much fun for the fans that come in and get a chance to watch these top teams in the country. Good scores so far for Oklahoma, and their junior Jade from Fort Lauderdale is next up. Mainly competes on vault and floor. Does that help you as an athlete to just focus on 2 apparatus? Because obviously it's got to be a lot if you're an all-arounder and have to focus on all 4.
I don't know. I mean, I think there's value in being a specialist, and there's definitely value in being an all-arounder. I think what was nice for me as an all-arounder was I didn't have a break in the events to think about anything else or get nervous. I was just going the whole time. But she is definitely an elite athlete and knows exactly how to get these really high scores day in and day out on these 2 events. And she's definitely a power athlete. So really focusing on her strengths here. She's a really fun athlete to watch. Showing beautiful control on that series. Beautiful leap series here, and of course the expectation is to see that 180-degree requirement in all of these movements. Round off 1.5 directly into a front full to finish off that routine. Well done for Jade.
Oklahoma right now the number 3 team in the country on floor.
And here's another look at that second pass, front layout, front full, showing really nice control. And just, you could see the look in her eyes. She means business. She's so serious. So polished in every movement that she does.
Next up on beam for Michigan, Lexi Funk.
And enjoying the moment. Here's Lexi Funk. Scored 9.9 or better on 2 beam routines. She's won an event title once on this apparatus.
Coach says she has a toe flexor issue. Definitely a painful injury to have. Coach says she has to tell her she can't do any more repetitions. She has to be done with practice. But that kind of determination in an athlete is so impressive to watch. She's in this lineup today. She's performing a really beautiful routine here. Couldn't even tell that she's hurting.
And that has to be hard as a gymnast. I would assume that you guys are gym rats, if you will. You want to get as many repetition as you possibly can going into the meet, just so you can get as perfect as you possibly can.
Well, when you're talking about a score that is judged on that elusive perfect 10, you kind of have to be a perfectionist, and that all starts in practice to really gain that confidence to be able to do it on the competition floor. So when I was an athlete, I couldn't get enough reps had to make them perfect in practice. And that was a really beautiful routine. And all of those skills were really done well with no movement. That's going to be a big score. And here she is working the crowd, smiling through all of these dance movements directly into that side aerial, full twist, really beautiful body position in the air, and just really well done with that stuck landing.
Michigan 5 of 5 in hit routines on the beam. And now we're in for a little bit of a treat here because we have Brenna Dowell, who's a senior, who comes in. We talked about what she could do, national champion on vault, but on this apparatus, they actually have a dowel that she is going to compete, a front double pike named after she executed it at Worlds. Not every day that you see a gymnast with her own little element, if you will.
Definitely exciting to see this. She has a skill in the code of points. What an achievement. Here it is. Beautiful landing there. Not only is it a really difficult skill, but she performs it with such control and beautiful execution.
She is currently 6th in the country on floor.
One and a half to a front layout, stuck that cold, didn't even need to take that lunge. And I love how her teammates are cheering her on, doing some of these dance moves with her, showing some support. Beautiful leaps. And just the last pass here. She's going to get a little encouragement from her teammates before she goes into this last pass. Front layout, front full, beautiful, directly connected into that stag jump. This is going to be a huge score. Wow, phenomenal routine.
And that's big too because they have a freshman going 6th and Allie Stern, who's only competed 3 times. So we're going to have, with 5 stuck routines, that's going to take a lot of pressure off the freshman as well that she needs to stick.
Definitely. Take a look at this first pass here. The dowel, front handspring, front double pike. She knows exactly where the ground is. Really incredible difficulty there. Then if you take a look at her last pass, front layout, front full, directly into that stag jump. Just showing incredible control in all of these moves. I can't see what the judges are going to take for deductions on that.
Here's the fabulous freshman Natalie Wojcik, who's already been named Big Ten Gymnast of the Week 4 times, Big Ten Freshman of the Week 7 times, and she can only add to Michigan's 49-3-2-5 after they have 5 sticks on their first 5 routines.
Well, they're definitely in a really great position right now. They already have a phenomenal score, so it can only go up here. And Natalie is just such a closer, so if anybody's going to take this score up, it's going to be her.
Currently 5th in the country on beam.
And you can see why she's just so calm, and it looks like she's competing on floor while she's on this balance beam that's 4 inches wide. Beautiful no movement here.
9.85 on vault, 9.9 on uneven bars. She's going to be in contention to win the all-around today.
Definitely trending for some high scores here. Really nice job here on that side aerial. She's just so much fun to watch. Just wrapping up this routine with the dismount. Let's see if she can get this stick. If she can, it's going to be a huge score, and she does. Wow. Well done. I think she's going to get a big score here, really elevate this entire beam team. Yeah, I agree. I think that was
asking for a 10.
That was a 10.
We've already seen 110 from the freshman. Will she get a 10 here on beam?
Here she goes, cat leap directly into that side aerial. Here's another look at that dismount. She really needed it to be in contention for that 10.0, and she did. She delivered. And Bev loves it. She knows it's good.
see you later. All right, have a seat. Take care.
Great news is we get 3 more years of watching Natalie Wojcik here in the Big Ten. And as we turn our attention back to the floor, and the freshman Allie Stern, 2 big scores for Oklahoma, 9.95 from the last 2 gymnasts as they continue to elevate their score. They're already at a 49.475.
Huge scores for Oklahoma here. Definitely puts her in a really great position if she can nail this routine to get a huge score here.
Only her 3rd appearance on floor, 9-0 against North Carolina, 9.75 against Denver. But the good news for her is, assume all the pressure is off. She could just relax and do her thing.
Really nice position to be in. A great opportunity for her to go out there and practice competing and know that her score will count, but she already has her teammates back in front of her. Nice job here, showing some really nice control on those landings. She's a very serious competitor here, working the crowd. Wrapping this routine up with this last pass here. It's going to be a big score if she can show some control on this landing. Not quite the double back that we were looking for. Just couldn't get her chest above. Judges are definitely going to take a deduction for that, showing under rotation.
But still, it's going to be a big score for Oklahoma, coming in a 49.475.
Take another look here. It's the last pass. Couldn't quite get her arms all the way up in the air right before she started that backflip rotation. Just landed with her chest ever so slightly.
And the senior Emma McLean going on beam just as an exhibition, but this is big for her. Competing at home on senior day, those memories, it's amazing how quick the 4 years goes.
It does. Right before you know it, you're graduating, and it's crazy how quickly it goes once you start competing. Every meet in and out goes by really fast.
It's got to be a special moment for her parents. Both Steve and Leah both attended Michigan. To get to see their daughter compete for the Wolverines is probably a dream that they dreamed so many times for her as a gymnast growing up, and to see her do it all 4 years, and the impact she's had for the Wolverines as well has been spectacular.
She's been such a solid competitor for the Wolverines, definitely on vault and on floor. A really important competitor.
Probably one of the biggest things for her is she's going to have a chance in a couple weeks at Penn State to win her 4th straight Big Ten team title.
Talk about consistency with performances. That is just so incredible to be able to perform on such a big stage and do it with such high pressure.
One more rotation still to go here at Ann Arbor. What a treat it is for the crowd today, getting a chance to watch 2 of the top teams in the country battling. Oklahoma to beam, Michigan to the floor. The 4th and final rotation when we come back on the Big Ten Network. After 3 rotations, about a half-point difference between #1 Oklahoma and #7 Michigan, but all solid scores, 49 or better for every team.
Well, it's been a tight competition here. I know that Michigan is down by almost half a point here, but Oklahoma Sooners are going to balance beam. Anything can happen on this event, and the margin of error on this event is definitely greater than some of these others here, so it'll be really interesting to see how these teams wrap this competition up.
Take a look at Oklahoma on the floor. Some big scores. 2 9.95s, including Brenna Dowell, and that eradicates Allie Stern's 9.675.
Definitely a nice position to be in when you're dropping a 9.675 and you have 2 athletes in the lineup that are going 9.95. So really well-rounded floor exercise performance.
And Michigan, they were solid on the balance beam. A 49.450. Pretty good when you get to drop a 9.825.
It started off really strong. Lauren Farley, who came back strong on the event, set the tone and this pace for this beam rotation, and then to finish it up with Lexi Funk with a 9.9 and Natalie, near perfect routine at the end of the lineup. It was a really fabulous job.
And it is tight, just a 1/10 of a point in the all-around competition, with Brenna Dow getting that big score on the floor, 29.8, 1/10 ahead of the freshman Natalie Wojcik. But a lot can change here, as now Michigan, they are so good on floor, finishing things up. But of course, Oklahoma, #1 team in the country, they're solid on beam as well.
Well, the degree of separation here from Brenna Dahl to Olivia is 2/10, and that can be easily made up here in this last event here. I'm excited to see what this is going to happen. The all-around crown is really going to be fought for right until the end.
Michigan, the #1 team in the Big Ten on floor. 49.475, their high score this year. And Brenna Dow will begin things for Oklahoma on the balance beam. They are the #2 team in the country on beam. Talk about an average score of 49.4 for the Sooners. Super impressive on the beam.
That just means that every routine is almost near perfect here. And just looking into final moments, KJ is relaxing these athletes, telling them some final thoughts, telling them to focus on what they do in practice, not get ahead of themselves, not let that nervousness creep up in and change their gymnastics here. She does a really awesome job relaxing these athletes for those final moments.
Looks like some specific cue points being given.
Exactly. You just saw her say breathe. Make sure you're focusing on your words.
Brenna Dow with a chance to win the all-around. The senior will begin things here for Oklahoma in the 4th and final rotation.
And definitely part of their strategy to have Brenna start off this rotation. Again, she's a world-class athlete here, starting off, setting the pace for the rest of this lineup. She's gonna throw up a big score here. She knows how to compete. Really beautiful front aerial, back handspring step out.
Looks like her feet just stick to the beam.
They do. It's incredible. That's what all of these top beam workers, they look like they're competing on the floor. You can't even, you forget that they're on balance beam. That full turn there. Nice job moving through this routine. She's just so fluid and graceful, and you can see how calm she is as she's performing all of these skills. She just did a back handspring with a full twist, so she's twisting in the air, blind hands on the balance beam. It's an incredibly difficult skill to perform, and she does it with such ease. Beautiful. Full twist there, stuck the landing. Wow, just what an incredible way to start off this rotation. High fives all around. Well done.
It was important for Dow to post a big score because you have Carly Woodard, Evie Schofer, that just don't have as much experience going in the middle of your beam lineup.
Definitely a really nice way to finish that routine here.
Olivia Karras will be last to go, but trying to get the crowd at the Chrysler Center into this 4th and final rotation. Michigan, they've got a chance to get a really big score here, as they will have Lexi Funk first up.
I love that about Olivia, trying to pump up the crowd. She just has such a big personality. Definitely will be missed on this team.
Funk has had a 9.9 7 times in her career. Last time it happened was at the Big Ten meet a year ago.
Really nice job there, starting off with the round off back handspring double pike. Just drilled her feet right into the ground, showing really beautiful control and nice height there. These routines are so much fun. We have her teammates cheering her on the back with sunglasses on. Nice job there on the front, full front layout connection. Beautiful jump series connection there, showing that 180 in that straddle jump.
Seems like competing on floor has got to be some of your favorite memories as a gymnast, getting to get out there with your teammates around, the crowd all into it.
Nice job there with that 1.5, wrapping up that routine. Definitely my most favorite memories were on floor. That's when you get to have the most fun, working the crowd, showing off your personality. The best event for last, in my opinion. Here's another look at that round off back handspring double pike. Beautiful landing there, chest up, just no deductions.
Good start for Lexi Funk. Brenna Dow gets a 9.925, so she's got a career high in the all-around, 39.75. That'll be the mark to beat.
Wow, starting off really strong with a 9.925. If we can foreshadow what's happening here in the rest of this lineup here, we have some big things to expect, I think.
Nicole Learman up second. She was 7th in the country a year ago on the balance beam.
She just looks so confident up there. These routines look very polished. They look super comfortable. Really nice job back handspring layout, step out. Really nice front aerial directly into that beat jump connection. Not really seeing any deductions here at this point, so I think we'll see another big score here. Nice job finishing up with that gainer dismount, stuck the landing. Really well done routine.
What a start for Oklahoma on the beam.
Another look at that dismount, gainer, back full, stuck the landing, clicking those heels together as a final lasting impression there before she walks up the mat.
And for Michigan, Lexi Funk ties a career best with a 9.9 to begin things for Michigan on the floor. Now here's Maddie Osmond, the junior from Winter Park, Florida. Which feels like on floor they've really been impressed with how she has continued to improve and so good at the details now.
She's done such a great job, and Coach speaks about how they trust her performance. She's been so consistent, starting off really strong with a round off back handspring full in. You'll notice she's doing an extra full twist in that double back. Really elevates the difficulty in that skill. It's valued as an E in the code of points.
Yeah, Michigan's really proud of how many E-level skills you're going to see throughout all of these floor routines today.
Definitely important when we're taking a look at these top teams in the country. The judges are going to be looking at the whole package. It's the difficulty, it's the artistry, it's the whole performance.
And the sunglasses are still on for the Michigan gymnasts. They are having a party here in this floor routine.
Love it. Final movements here from her teammates, helping her get through this last pass. Really nice job there on that 1.5 front twist. Nice job.
But a great start for Michigan on floor.
And here's another look at that first pass. You'll notice she's doing a full twist in that double back, landing with her chest just a little bit low on that. The judges will definitely take a deduction for that. Second pass, front tuck straight through into the round off back handspring double pike. Incredibly difficult pass to perform, especially in the middle of your routine.
Osmond's first career 9-9 on floor came a week ago against Utah. Will we see another?
I don't know if we're going to see it today, but definitely we're going to see those scores in the postseason when she goes back into the gym, works on those small details, working on those landings.
Now here's Evie Show for just her 4th appearance on beam this season. She's got 2 hit routines with a 9.75 a week ago against UCLA.
Beautiful triple series there, just couldn't quite get that landing under wraps, dropped her hips a little bit. Notice that leg went up in the air, but really great fight, stayed on the balance beam.
But it's big to stay on the beam.
Definitely. If you fall off the balance beam, you have an automatic 5/10 deduction. Here they're probably going to take 2 to 3/10 just for that leg movement and the body positions, but definitely better to stay on the beam than fall off. Nice job getting her focus back.
First 2 gymnasts for Oklahoma, 9.925.
Just the dismount here, round off 1.5, stuck that dismount. She did that routine as best she could after that mistake. That's definitely important. You never know when you're going to have to count a fall later on in the lineup, so you want to make sure you're minimizing the deductions just in case your score has to count. You see that again with her leg up there. And just the dismount. Really nice round off 1.5, just sticking that dismount. And just a nice words of encouragement. She said, good job.
Next up on the floor for Michigan, Abby Brenner.
What a great fight, staying on that balance beam.
Abby Brenner up next for Michigan. She's been 9.875 3 times. She said 26 of her 27 routines as a freshman. Of course, the score they'd like to get rid of this 9.77 from Osmond.
And coach says about Abby that she's just one of the hardest workers. She hangs on to your every word as a coach, and she works really hard to continue improving. Really nice job there, starting off with that full twisting double back. Not the landing that she wanted there. That's going to be a 5/10 deduction. Just couldn't quite get around on her rotation on that 2.5. The angle on that takeoff is so important when you're landing that skill to be able to connect it into the next one. And if you're just a hair off, it's going to send you right on your bottom there. She's recovering well. Working the judges here, just going into that last pass. Nice job finishing up with that round off back handspring double pike. They're definitely going to want to drop this score. So they're going to be counting that 9.9 or that 9.775. Here's another look at that second pass. She's doing a round off back handspring, 2.5 twist. Notice she just had her shoulders a little bit behind her, and when she went for that front tuck, just didn't have enough momentum or energy to pull that around. But brought it back, round off back handspring, double pike, beautiful last pass, showing some really nice control there. Recovered that really well.
Carly Woodard will be next for Oklahoma on the beam, and Evie Schofer's 9.8.
Great score. There weren't a ton of other deductions in that routine other than that back handspring layout series. So really well done, making sure that she's minimizing the deductions there. Pulled off a really nice score in the end. Of course, I think Oklahoma's going to want to drop that. I think they have the potential to do that.
Woodard struggled a week ago against UCLA. What do you do as a gymnast the next week out to try to get that out of your mind?
Well, it all has to do with practice. I think when you have a mistake like that, you go into the gym, you focus on making sure that you're getting as many reps as possible and putting yourself in that competition mentality. So by the time you've gotten to that next competition, you've probably done 20 to 25 routines in practice that you feel really confident about. And beam is a mental game, so you really have to make sure your mind is just really tight.
Looks like it's worked so far.
She's doing a really nice job. Couldn't even tell she had a mistake last week. And what's incredible about this team too is they're just so polished and they look so good out there. Even when we were talking to Coach about how they had some travel mishaps, they got in super late last night. They're flexible, no excuses. They're out here on the competition floor doing what they do best.
Oklahoma 4 for 4 as Woodard gets a hit routine here on the beam.
Here she is, side aerial, directly into that full twist, stuck the landing. Really nice routine. Redeemed herself from last week in the best of ways.
Now,
2 of the final 3 are seniors competing at home for the final time. Emma McLean,
and as she's walking onto the floor, I'm sure she's thinking, this is my last time in front of my home crowd on the competition floor. Definitely a really special moment for her. Very emotional. I won't be surprised if we see some tears at the end of this from our seniors.
on the floor title with a 9.925 at the Cancun Classic.
And what's amazing about her is that she's doing these skills without those back handsprings in between. She's really reworked.
She's had to reinvent herself, hasn't
Exactly. She's had to be really creative. She's had some shoulder injuries, and instead of taking that at face value and saying that she can't compete on floor, she's reworked her routine to include no shoulder hurting movements. And so she's taking out all of those back handsprings and competing a completely different floor routine.
And how hard is that as a senior to make those adjustments?
It's difficult because you've had so many routines under your belt that you probably feel really confident about, and you feel confident about the movements and the skills, and to do all these brand new movements is definitely, it takes an elite athlete to be able to do that. Beautiful round off back handspring, round off double pike. Really well done.
A kiss to the crowd here in Ann Arbor, and a great final routine for Emma McLean at home.
Here's another look at that round off double pike, finishing off that routine. Super strong. And blowing a kiss to the crowd. Last time out on the floor. Really special moment for her.
Still some big competition to come. Of course, the Big Ten Championship. This is a Michigan team that feels like they have the power to get back to the Super Six once again. as Webb will go fifth in the lineup for Oklahoma. Nothing but big scores for the Sooners here on the balance beam. Great day for Webb.
She's such a polished and versatile athlete. She's able to stick a 1.5 cold, and then you watch her on the balance beam and she's just so incredibly graceful. Beautiful lines, toe point that's out of this world. Really nice job there on that back handspring layout. Notice there's no movement there on those skills. The judges are looking for perfect execution there, and you'll notice she was trying to connect that cat leap directly into the next skill. She stopped because she was a little off, so she had to do it again to make sure that she had enough requirements in her routine, not take a deduction there.
How hard is it to make that adjustment?
While you're in competition mode, to be able to think quick on your feet and understand how you have to navigate this routine to make sure that not only are you executing the skill, but you're thinking about the composition of the routine. It definitely takes a lot of pressure and mental energy to do that. Only the best athletes are able to do something like that.
5 for 5 for Oklahoma.
Here's another look at this dismount. Side aerial directly connected into the full, stuck the landing there. It's still going to be a big score. The judges are definitely going to notice that she reworked her routine a little bit there, but not a big deal. Definitely saved herself some bigger deductions.
Yeah, they're going to finish with the top beam worker in the country. Here's Natalie Wojcik. Look at the freshman, 2.99s or better and a 9.85 on vault. And get ready because her floor routine is a lot of fun to watch.
First pass stuck the full in, didn't even take the lunge. Well done.
Talked about Bev Flocke, all the championships she's won. She's coached 12 Big Ten Freshmen of the Year, 12 Big Ten Gymnasts of the Year. And she's got another gymnast here in Wojcik that probably is going to check both those boxes off by the time her time is done in Ann Arbor.
Definitely, just such an incredible athlete. She just finesses every skill that she does, and you can tell by the look on her face, she just is completely in control, no surprises. She knows exactly how she's going to land these skills. I'm excited to watch her develop in her career. She's just set such a high bar for herself already. Front handspring Rudy to a super sky-high straddle jump. Really well done. That's going to be a big score.
Shall we crown her Big Ten Freshman of the Year already?
I think so. Yeah, it's going to be close. She is just setting the bar really high. Here's another look at that first pass. Full in, didn't even take any kind of step out of it. Just knew exactly where the ground was. Here's a look at that. Second pass there, she does a front handspring, double full to a front pike. 2 E passes back to back.
Another great day for Natalie Wojcik. And last to go, the top beam worker in the country, and Maggie Nichols. And it is rare to see, but you take a look at her career high. She's got a perfect 10 in every apparatus during her career at Oklahoma.
She's an incredible athlete, and Coach says the name of the game is keeping her healthy. She's always trying to get into the lineups because she really wants to compete. She's such a competitor, and she loves being out there on the competition floor, but they want to make sure that Maggie Nichols is healthy for the end of season. So they're saving her the best for last for championships.
In Oklahoma, their team score is already a 198. And it can only go up higher if Maggie Nichols can have another big routine.
Beautiful back handspring layout series there. She does everything with such perfection. Every movement that she does. You can almost see KJ at the back there holding her breath. Beautiful execution here, just going into the dismount. Let's see if she can stick the landing. It's going to be a huge score. Really well done. Big hugs from Coach. I think we're going to see a 10 here. I couldn't even tell you where we would take a deduction at all on this routine. The judges, excuse me. Another look at that dismount. Beautiful. Round up 1.5. Just nailed the landing.
Spectacular.
Next up on the floor for Michigan, Olivia Carroll.
Last to go for Michigan on floor after we saw Natalie Wojcik get a 9.950 is the senior Olivia Karras. One more big smile to soak it all in here.
Last time out, last routine. I'm sure there's a lot of emotions happening here in her mind.
How big was it for her confidence-wise to go out to Utah a week ago and have a career high all-around performance?
Huge, especially since this is the event that gave her a little bit of trouble with that injury. So to be able to come back and put it all behind her and do these really difficult elements is incredible. She's worked really hard to get to a place like this where she can do a floor routine again.
We talked about her parents' acting background earlier. You can see it here on the floor.
Definitely. She's having a lot of fun out there. You can see it in her facial expressions. Beautiful pass. She's just so much fun to watch. Milking the crowd, heading into this last pass here. Round up back handspring, double pike. Beautiful routine, showing some really nice control there. Last time for her. Really well done.
What a career for Olivia Karras. And she still has some big competition to come with the Big Ten Championships just around the corner.
Big hugs all around. Last time on the floor that we get to see that routine in front of a home crowd. Here's that second pass. Round up 1.5 to a front layout half. Just playing up the crowd. And here's another look at that last pass. Round up back handspring, double pike. Really nice job. Great reaction there. Thanking the crowd.
It's all about enjoying the moment. And now here, Carrie Thomas will go on the balance beam. This is an exhibition. Oklahoma, they have already totaled a 49.625 on the beam. They're going to finish with their second highest total of the year, a 198.2.
And this is still an important routine for Carrie to get a little bit more experience, feel comfortable competing out in front of a crowd. Definitely a different environment than back home in the gym.
And for Michigan, they're going to drop this meet, but they're going to finish with their highest total of the year at a 197.425, and that just shows you how important it is to set up these type of competitions between elite teams.
We talked to Coach earlier, and she said that if you want to be the best, you have to compete against the best, and that really elevates their game. It makes them think about all of these things that really go into these high scores, and some of those things are those stuck landings and handstands, and really making sure that they're putting everything together all at the same time. This was a really great meet for both teams to get some more experience in some top pressure situations.
Oklahoma now unbeaten in the last 12 meetings against Michigan. Is Abbey High School. This is an exhibition as well for Michigan.
Next up on the board for Michigan as an exhibition, Abbey High School.
Olivia Karras finishing with a 9.875. She has a 39.525. For the Michigan freshman Wojcik, she gets above a 39.5 at the all-around for the 6th time early in her career.
Aaron off that handspring, double pike, starting off this routine. Nice and strong.
Talk about the importance of the exhibitions. This is a chance to get into the lineup.
Definitely. You never know what's going to happen with injury, with anything that happens in practice. It's a good situation to always be prepared. It makes these teams deeper, knowing that they can rely on more than 6 people.
Probably gives the coaches a huge sigh of relief knowing that they can rely on more than 6 people.
Definitely. Showing the M right before she goes into her last pass. 1.5 front layout. Really nice job. Well done.
What a great day of gymnastics here in Ann Arbor. Number 1, Oklahoma. They are now 15-0 on the season, but they got a season best performance from the Michigan Wolverines. We will wrap things up from the Chrysler Center when we come back on the Big Ten Network. Competition like today, Michigan, they get a season best performance of 197.4.
Definitely going against the top team of the country has to do things for their confidence for sure when they go into Big Ten championships next weekend. It's going to be really exciting to see them put it all together.
And for Oklahoma, it's their 2nd highest total of the season coming to Ann Arbor today.
Really well done. They had some travel mishaps last night. Came in really strong, no excuses. Like Coach said, were able to put it all together, even though they had a few mix-ups with the lineups. Really well done.
And a great competition today in the all-around, with Brenna Dow winning it with a 39.725. She goes 9.925 on vault, 9.925 on bars, 9.925 on beam, and a 9.950 on floor.
Just a world-class athlete in her senior season. We saw the best gymnastics from her today, and really no surprise, she's been doing this all season long. What an incredible competition, and just such a delight to watch.
Well, what a competition it was today in Ann Arbor. We hope you enjoyed gymnastics. Couple weeks away from the Big Ten Women's Gymnastics Championship. That's going to do it for today from Ann Arbor as Oklahoma wins it. For Elena Weinstein and the rest of our BTN crew,